If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month.
Here he is, Luke Miller, a junior at Winterboro High School, is our star student. Luke, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it is Valentine's.
You get sweetheart a Valentine or your mom a Valentine?
I do have one, but I'm going to be the sweetheart.
There you go. You wiggle out of that one real good, man.
I did.
Tell us about your family a little bit, Luke.
So my mom is Kim Miller. My dad is Ben Miller. I have three other siblings, and one of them is older than me. That's my sister Hannah, and then I have a younger brother named Jake and a younger sister named Rebecca. So we do stay pretty busy in the house. It's a lot of fun moments.
I bet so. Now, you've been a part of the Winterboro program since the 5th grade.
Yes, I have, and because of that, I've joined a lot of different clubs over the years, sort of seeing what I like, what I don't like, and I ended up gaining a pretty good grasp on what I sort of like. And I think my favorite club out of all the clubs that I'm in is probably the leadership team. Close second would be FCA, then FBLA, and we also have a new club, which is our key club. So I've joined a pretty good bit.
Yeah. What about the new digs at Winterboro with the opening of the new school?
It is crazy. It's almost unrealistic just because of how nice the campus is. But we're settling in. A lot of kids seem to have a revamped start. It's a fresh, clean slate, and a lot of us are enjoying it.
What impresses you most about that facility?
Probably the library. It's huge. It's amazing. And on top of that, just how wide the hallways are now. It was crazy going from having to squeeze by everybody, because if you didn't know everybody in the old school, you were going to learn them in the hallway because of how close it was. But now we have a lot more room to walk through.
We're talking with Luke Miller, and I was noting earlier when we were conversing before we came on, from 2010 to 2017, he was on the A honor roll, and he's managed to keep a really high GPA. And what's it like in 2019?
So I kind of slipped up a little bit before then. It wasn't really my best year, but in 2019, starting off on the right page.
A's and B's not bad.
A's and B's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to settle for that.
Who's some of the teachers that have worked with you at Winterboro?
You got to put me on the spot with that
let's do your junior year. Who's some of the teachers?
Right, so junior year, it wasn't one of the teachers that I had my junior year. It was sort of one of the teachers that set me up to be more successful for that junior year. I would say it would be Miss Johnson. I had her, I think it was 9th grade, 9th or 10th, one of the two.
What does she teach?
She teaches English.
Okay.
And from there, I sort of was still cooped up in my shell. I didn't really talk a whole lot. And she helped me kind of break through that and come more into who I'm becoming, I guess. And she really encouraged that change. So
part of who he is a baseball player on the Winterboro baseball team.
Yes, and that is a very big role at this point. Our team's sort of in the rebuilding stage. Over the years, I'm going to be honest, I started out really, really terrible. I had never played before. And then
when did
over
you
the
start?
years, I started in 7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. So from there, took a lot of reps and played a lot of games, and now we're in the rebuilding years, and I get to be one of the leaders, sort of taking over from all those older guys that have sort of mentored to me. So now I get to mentor. What
position you play?
I pitch and I play center field.
What's your best pitch?
Probably my fastball. Now sometimes if my curveball starts going, I'll go to that one a lot.
Who's the baseball coach there?
It's Coach Johnson. He took over this year. It used to be Coach Beckett, and we're getting a new coach in, and we'll see what happens with the year.
All right, y'all's first game coming up soon, isn't it?
It is. It's actually tomorrow. So
y'all play where?
We play at our home field.
Okay.
And we'll play Anniston. Hopefully we'll get the win.
You mentioned earlier on about the different clubs that you're involved in, and that student leadership team is really important to you. What do you do there?
So with the student leadership team, we are actually the voice of the school. So there's this day during the summer, it's called Culture Day, and with that, us as the student leadership team, we get to go in and talk to the teachers, sort of converse the new year coming up, what we liked, what we didn't like, stuff to change around that the students tell us, and there's that. Sort of being the voice is real nice. And then also, when we have visitors, we get to walk those visitors around and sort of be able to brag about our school to them, which is real sweet.
You got a lot to brag on, too.
We do, yes.
We're talking with Luke Miller. He's a junior up at Winterboro High School, and you got a few months left in this year, and your senior year ahead of you. You thought about your future after graduation?
I have. So being in the AP Bio class at Winterboro, it's sort of course, given us a lot of anatomy type things and all that type of stuff. So with that, it sort of shifted me towards more of wanting to go into a dietary type field, sort of along the sports medicine and stuff. So with that, I've also gotten into the gym pretty hard, and it really interests me on the whole dietary aspect of things. So I don't know what college I want to go to, but I know that it's probably going to be in that sort of sports medicine field.
Who's some of your friends at school?
So some of my friends, my real core friends, it's going to be Brody Ham, Jake Travis, Ricky Chappell, Tyler Butterworth, and Evie Alderman. So those are my friends. Now, those are also my gym bros. So spend a lot of time together.
Who, Luke, do you kind of pattern your life after?
I like that one. So I didn't really grow up watching Tim Tebow a lot, but sort of once I started getting to where I was reading books, I like to read a lot of sports books, and Tim Tebow was one of those biographies that really interested me, and how he sort of stuck with his beliefs through all the hardships and things really encouraged me to sort of reach out more in FCA and stuff. So I really would like to model my life after Tim Tebow and how he just stuck with his beliefs and things through the thick and thin.
Is it a challenge as a junior at Winterboro High School or wherever you might be? Is it a challenge sometimes with your faith?
It is, and it's not supposed to be an easy journey with having such a faith as this during the time that we are in. So it is hard and challenging sometimes, but it's worth it in the end. I promise you'll feel a lot better. Just sort of knowing that you stuck through with what you believe instead of sort of, what's the word? Sort of, I guess, going with the flow and changing with society. Yeah. Sort of sticking out's fun sometimes.
Who would be maybe one or two of your go-to people when you're hit a bump in the road or having a challenging day?
The obvious answer is my parents. Both of them very supportive. They're both there to push me through all the situations and issues, and they're also there to continue to push me when everything seems to be going right. They always know that I can do better, and I'm grateful for that, them continuing to push me even when it seems like everything is going perfect.
Well, finally this morning, we'll smile a little bit and have a little bit of fun. Now, leaning toward the dietary field as a career, what's your favorite food?
I have so many foods at the house that my mom cooks. It's really hard to pick one favorite. So she's a great cook? She is a great cook. Definitely recommend it. So I had to pick stroganoff. I know it's not one of the probably top answers, but stroganoff is real good at my house. So that's gotta be my answer.
Outside of your mom cooking, where do you like to go to eat?
I've gotten to where I like Mexican food pretty well. So it's either going to be Mexican or Chinese food. Those are two of my favorite picks.
Luke Miller is our Star Student of the Month. He's a junior over at Winterboro High School. You like to read, Luke? I know you do, reading biographies and stuff.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Now, I've gotten to where I read more on my phone instead of reading actual books, but sometimes I'll sit down and read.
So obviously you're kind of a social media guy?
Yeah, you could say that. I do get caught up on it a pretty good bit of time.
You can really lose track of time.
Oh, yeah. I've spent 2 hours on Instagram many times and been like, where did the time go? So got to sort of refrain from that a little bit.
How how would you like to be described by your classmates and instructors at Winterboro High School?
I would just like to be known as being dedicated, very persistent, and I want to be known as that person that other people can go to. I don't want to be somebody that's scary to walk up to. I just want to be very presentable. I want them to really feel like they've lost something once I leave. Or maybe there'll be somebody that sort of, I guess, goes along the same lines as what I've done. I really want to be that person that somebody can go to.
Obviously, you want to be an encourager, right?
Yes, yes.
All right, he's looking right here in this camera, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Luke Miller. He is a junior at Winterboro High School, and Luke is our Star Student of the Month.
Tune in to Daybreak weekdays at 6:30 a.m. for your Star Student of the Month.